Okay, so Record of Ragnarok, Chapter 15 and 16 review. So I'm a bit late to the party on this one. I am using Manga Dex right now, so we're in Volume 4 of the series at the moment. In Chapter 15 opens up with the Kojiro versus Poseidon fight, and this fight is just getting interesting. We get a bit of history with Poseidon, like why is it that they're just doing their thing? Like why is Kojiro just like, hey, bruh, I'm waiting. Come on. The third round begins, and like the stillness of water. They're just standing there. They stare each other down. The calm before the storm. That's from the chapter translated. Thank you, Valhalla Scans. You've been doing excellent so far. But holy shit, this is mostly an origin story on Poseidon. Like we discover that there was like 13 Greek god before the whole pantheon of 12. It's mentioned that it was during the starting of the start. I'm looking at the chapter just to remember. It's like during the starting days of the Greek pantheon. There was at one point a god named what's his name? Adamus? Yeah, Adamus, I think. He was like the older brother of Poseidon. He was like between Hades and between Poseidon. So Poseidon was the third kid. But yeah, Poseidon looks younger than Zeus. And I fucking love Zeus, you know why. Also, this is the first Record of Ragnarok video on YouTube. If you notice, there's been a lot of others. That's because they're from BitChute. A lot of vids from BitChute are going into YouTube. So this is the official first one on YouTube. I'm going to be making this one of my main series for a while until like I have a banner. Let's say, hey, I review Record of Ragnarok. But we're doing good. We're doing good. I got a lot of people reading this series so far. But everyone's down in Kojiro. That's chapter 16 kind of reveals his past a bit, but I'm not going to spoil that. I just need something to drink, just for me to remember, just so I don't sound like I'm going over the top. But just even fucking Hermes is over the top. He's got an over the top face. He's just determined. Kojiro lost, and he just kept on coming back from Poseidon. And just Poseidon, and Kojiro's like, no matter what way I look at it, I'm bound to die. He's determined. He is legit determined. Poseidon, or I should say, Woseidon. And the Valkyrie chick, I forgot her name. I always forget her name when I really, really shouldn't. She says, this is a good chance for me to tell you. Originally, like us Valkyries, the Olympus gods were 13 in number. So they mention how there were 12 gods, and Poseidon killed Adamus, who was like the kind of, yeah, that was his name. The god, his name was Animus. He was the god of diamonds, if I recall. He was the one who inherited the almighty Kronos. None dared under it. Now his name is Fear. You know, he was just like, oh yeah, I'm legit the son of Kronos. Fuck you, Zeus. Fuck you, Poseidon. I'm just doing what our old man did. He's just. I mean, his design also was just. His design is just metal. Like he looks like he should be the Hades. Like he feels like he should be the Hades of this universe, but he's not. He's more of the. But he's more of a. I think this is like a different character altogether. He was one of the 13 of Olympus. He was the god of conquest. Supposedly he was a titan, from what I recall. He would be the second son in this new canon under Shumatsu no Valkyrie. He was the second son. Poseidon would be the third son, and Zeus would be the youngest. And that's actually interesting. So I guess during the epic battle between the Titans and the gods, the Greek legend, I theorize that during that time, they were like, bro, we kicked the Titans' asses. They're like, bro, bruh, bruh. They're just, bruh. Oh, I'm gonna take the throne. Alright, bruh. I mean, probably the decision on the straws was like, forgot, was just made up. It probably still happened, just Adam S didn't get the short end. And neither did Poseidon or Zeus. He just didn't get it. Well, he just like, Zeus was like, fuck y'all niggas. He just took all the demons of hell, every Titan giant, every monster from Tartarus, and was like, "You what, mate?" That's basically Adamus. He was just like, "You what, mate?" He was just, "You what, mate?" He marched on to Olympus, and fucking Poseidon's like on a throne, like, "Was good, was good, my nigga, was good." He just also Poseidon just he just has a Saitama face. It's just like, actually, it's more Genos. I look at his design. If you type in Record of Ragnarok or Shimatsu no Valkyrie Poseidon, he looks more like Genos, but more human. That's kind of how I depict Genos. Poseidon just reminds me of Genos. That's what I'm saying. And he was like looking to gain 49 support members of Zeus's council, which is pretty interesting. I'm kind of curious if I actually want to see a prequel of Record of Ragnarok, but like how Adamus got into power. Like obviously the ending is already known. He got killed by Poseidon. He just needed like 50 members of his council. I kind of want to see a prequel of this series of how the gods went their way. And I need to drink. Poseidon's like, no, I will not support you. Fuck you. And Poseidon's like being a savage, like what a pathetic older brother I have. He just doesn't give a fuck. Like he respects Zeus. Again, Adamus's design is metal. Like he's the god of conquest. He looks like the god of war, if not the god of hell. I'm just saying. He's gonna be the thumbnail, by the way. Also, this video will be uploaded to BitChute, as per normal. What the fuck did you just say to me? He swears and I love it. I mean, this is a seinen, of course. Of course, you're gonna expect harsh language. Again, this is just me looking at a lot of things. Like, this is me remembering, but also rereading. And and Adamus is like, bro. She's like, bruh. He's like, look, he's just like, Poseidon, look at my face and respect me, motherfucker. That's basically what I get. He's like, look me in the eye. Well, he's just shows some fucking respect. Exactly. He just does not give a fuck. And I fucking love that. He just does not care. And his pretty ass is just, he's like, meh, fuck y'all. Fuck you. He just fuck you. It just butchers. Oh, and by the way, again, this is what I mean. Adamus is fucking metal. His design, his legit design, screams god of death and war. Possibly hell. Because he wields this giant scythe axe. And I'm like, are you sure you're the god of conquest? That's kind of me with this character. He's like, are you sure you're the god of conquest? He's like, don't you dare look down upon me. And there's like them throughout the years. And it's just baby Poseidon's like, even when he was being nice and respectful. I think it's kind of like a pride thing. And Poseidon's still just like Saitama faced. And Poseidon just butchers Adamus, and it's fucking great. Kind of short-lived, but he had a badass design. But it was just bruh. It was a bruh moment. kind of sad that we never heard of him, but this is a different interpretation of the Greek legends. Just a very solid chapter so far. Hermes is like,
I understand. I'm not gonna review nothing to them.
just, and then we go back to the president. The fight's back on. Just back to where we were prior. And next chapter we focus on Kojiro. Now this is where we get a bit of an origin story on him. Chapter 16. He's more of the living L taker. He takes the most L's. He's been fighting a lot of famous samurai. He's just, I mean, he's an old man in his prime, combat wise, and he took the most L's in history. That's kind of that's not really unique per se, but it was something to point out. And Kojiro's like standing there on his seat, like he should die today. Chapter 17. I think we might get a victor on who or what will win. As a theory here, I think that we're probably gonna either Kojiro's gonna win, probably not. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what will happen in chapter 17, but this was the last weekly chapter from the team, and then chapter 16 was History's Greatest Loser. It was all about Kojiro, how he was the living L taker. He was just, even when he was a kid, he was the living L taker. Seriously, this series has some badass designs for historical figures, and Kojiro just did not give a shit. He was just a good kid who took the most L's. He was determined. Like, I want to see a series set on from Sasaki Kojiro, like how he got the way he is. But he was the living L taker. I doubt in history, or probably in history. This probably references history, but because this is a Japanese manga, he's probably going to take the big W because it's patriotism. Anyway, very solid chapter overall for Record of Ragnarok. I'm glad Valhalla Scans has confirmed that they're going to keep continuing doing this series. Oh, shit. No, I didn't. I'm just glad they're still continuing it. There will be an update video on BitChute. By the way, again, they confirmed that they are now caught up. We will release around 4 to 6 days. So this is from them. This is their official message. Hey reader, we have now caught up to the Raws. The next chapter, Raw, should release around June 1st, 2019. We will release around 4 to 6 days. Afterwards, we are not a speed scan group, so do not expect the same day releases, which is understandable. I think their team is a bit smaller, help them out. So maybe the 17 drops when we then get a winner. Just, again, two solid chapters. Very, very excellent story arc so far. This might be one of the best fight was obviously Zeus versus Adam, but I think this might top this, hopefully, because it's a samurai versus the god of oceans. Anyway, BitChute video later. Hope to see you all soon. Peace.